A very, very warm welcome, friends, again in the channel. Today, we are going to deal with the written communication. And as you all know, this written communication belongs to the part of business communication. And in business communication, there are two parts basically. One is written communication, another is verbal communication. So, in written communication, today's topic, there are five parts. One is writing project or field work. Second is writing a report on business negotiations. Third is summarizing annual report of a company. Fourth is writing minutes of a meeting. And the last part is electronic correspondence. Now, in five videos, we are going to deal separately individual topic. Today, we are going to deal the first topic, writing a project or field work. Now, what is then a project report? First, we need to understand. Now, a project report is a formal document, a record the entire process that has gone into the completion of a project and is intended for a specific audience. So, this is again basically a formal document. Second point, it is not the brilliance or intelligence, rather, communicating the results in a clear and useful manner is significant in writing a project report. You can readily understand the bold sections like formal document, communicating the results in a clear and useful manner, or in the third part, hence a systematic and organized written presentation of your project in the form of a good project report is very important. These are the factors together with the last one. You need to present the report on a clearly structured format. So you just need to remember what is a project report by remembering those bold words or phrases: formal document, communicating the results in a clear and useful manner, systematic and organized written presentation, and clearly structured format. So, these are the basic factors. In order to understand what is a project report, you need to understand these factors clearly. Moving on to the next slide, the process of writing a project report. So, how you are going to write a project report? Now, first of all, you need to plan this ahead. So, planning ahead of the report is the first most significant aspect. Now, in this part, you have many other parts, specifically four parts. So first of all, understanding the objective of the report. What is it? It helps the writer to stay focused. So, first of all, you have to understand the objective of the report, knowing the audience or the intended readers. So, to whom you are going to present your project of the report also helps while writing the report. So you have to understand for whom you are going to write this report. So this is the understanding the objective of the report. First, you need to understand the objective of the report. The second one is gathering, organizing, and analyzing information. Depending on how much detail is required in the report, information is gathered from both primary source and the secondary sources. Primary sources are like books, websites, etc., and secondary sources are interviews, questionnaires, etc. Information collected is checked for relevance to the report so that the writer does not end up with an overload of useless data. So the presence of useless data or the overwhelming presence or exuberance of useless data is very crucial because you need not to present those exuberance of useless data in your project. So gathering, organizing, and analyzing information therefore becomes significant. This information can be grouped together so that they can form chapters, headings, or subheadings. So again, in your report, there must be headings, subheadings, chapters. How you are going to connect all those? By collecting datas or informations. Now, this is the part where you need to gather informations, and this part belongs to the second part of the planning ahead of the report. The third one is the writing the report. So, the understanding the objective is the first one. Second is the gathering, organizing, and analyzing informations. Third one is writing the report. After organizing the information, it becomes easier to write the first draft of the report. Choose a style that is direct and clear. Remember, direct and clear. The structure of the report should be well organized and the style should be uniform throughout the book. Yes, this is another significant point that the organized factors and the style should be uniform throughout the book. It must not be done in that way that the beginning you write in a different style, and at the middle or at the end, in the middle or at the end, you write in a different style again. This should not create a good impression of writing a complete project. So this is writing the report. The last part is reviewing the report. Once the first draft is ready, try and review the draft from the perspective of the reader, as if you are a reader and you are reading your report. Rewrite portions that are ambiguous, repetitive, or irrelevant. Check carefully for grammatical and spelling errors, as well as any instances of plagiarism that may have crept in. Now, I have already said in many other videos what is plagiarism, so copying from somewhere. Now, that must not be done and should not be done. Why? Because originality is the factor, the key factor of writing your report. Pay attention to the presentation of the report. Check for titles of chapters. So you need to again check the chapters, titles, etc., so that it will be complete, it will be crisp, and it will be straightforward and dynamic. So these are the first four things, four aspects planning ahead of the report. That understanding of the objective of the report, second, gathering, organizing, analyzing the report, third, writing a report, and fourth, reviewing the report. Moving on to the next slide, sections of a project report. What are the sections? The first one is a cover, second title, third one is acknowledgement, fourth one is abstract or summary, fifth one is table of contents, sixth is the main body of the report, and the last part is references and appendices. Don't worry, we are going to deal bit by bit. All these seven topics should be dealt here and will be dealt here. Don't worry about that. We are coming to this. The first one is cover. Now here, the cover attaches the attention of the reader. So the cover must be, attractive. It creates a positive impression about the report and the writer. The cover design must be attractive. The cover should indicate what the title of the project, the name of the authors, the receiving authority, for example, the university department organization to whom the report is submitted, and lastly, date or the number of the report. So these are the factors that you need to carefully remember. So title, name, receiving authority, date or number of the reports should be in the cover. This is a part of the cover. The second is title page. And in this title page, the first page of the report is the title page. It contains almost the same information as the cover. The title of the report should convey the area and scope of the project. For example, the title Touchscreen Based Advanced Home Automation System for Next Generation Apartments is far more descriptive and attractive, as you can guess, than just home automation system. So instead of writing home automation system, just go in detail, a bit elaborative. The title has to be catchy, attractive, and somehow descriptive. So instead of home automation system, you must need touchscreen based advanced home automation system for next generation apartments. So this is how you are going to create the title page. The third one is the acknowledgement. And I know that you all know what is an acknowledgement. Again, in this page, the writer expresses gratitude and thanks to all those who supported and contributed directly or indirectly to the completion of the project work. Now, in this acknowledgement, there is an example of a short version of acknowledgement as it goes. I want to extend my sincere gratitude to everyone who has been part of this project. Thank you to my science teacher, Mr. Anil Sharma, and our principal, Mr. B.K. Gupta, for their guidance and support. I am also thankful to my classmates for their collaboration. Special thanks to my parents for their unwavering support. Thank you all for making this project a success. So, this is a pithy example, very precise, and you see, as I have already written here, the short version of acknowledgement. Now, let us move on to the longer version. The acknowledgement in the same way, this is the long version. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to all those individuals for mentoring and supporting me in completing this project. So, the name of the project, my teacher, teacher's name, for providing me with invaluable insights and direction. Our esteemed principal, principal's name, for fostering an environment of learning and creativity within our school. To my parents, their constant encouragement, patience, and understanding have been the pillars of my success. I am grateful to my friends who contributed ideas and perspectives that enriched the project. Lastly, thank you everyone for shaping this project and enhancing my learning experience. So, in this way, either you write a short version of acknowledgement or the long version of acknowledgement, the basic parts will remain same. And after acknowledgement, there comes the abstract or summary. In summary, the abstract is meant to be a brief summary of the report and should not exceed 200 words. The reader should be able to pick up from the abstract. These are the following: the main aim of the project, the background, the methodology used, the process followed, and the results or outcome of the project. So, in an abstract or summary, the reader should be able to pick up from the abstract the following ideas like the main aim of the project, what is the aim of the project, the main accept the main aim, the background, methodology used, process load, and results or outcome of the project. So, what may be the outcome of the project? This you can understand from the summary or abstract. Now, this is the example of a summary on an abstract. This is written about the peppermint plant. Also, Mentha balsamea wild is a hybrid mint cross between watermint and spearmint. One of the popular uses for peppermint, aside from its use as a dietary supplement or health application, is its potential to repel insects. In that way, it follows the complete example of summary or abstract, where you can find the summary of the report and it should not exceed 200 words. This summary is also within 200 words. It's almost 155 or like that. I don't know the exact words, and the reader, after reading this, may get the main aim of the project that it is about the peppermint plant and the oil extracted from it. It is about this. The background, how the person has already studied about it, the methodology used, process followed, and results or outcome of the project. So everything will be there in the abstract or summary. So whenever you try to write the summary, remember the right hand side points to follow the guideline and to present all those points in the summary. The next part is the sections of a project report, and specifically this one, the number 6 main body of the report. The previous structure you have already seen in earlier slide. Here, the main body of the report, the point, today's point again. Here, it is divided into three parts. One is introduction, second is analysis, and third is conclusion. Don't worry, again, we are going to deal with this separately. Now, come to the point of introduction, sections of a project report and main body of the report. These are the three parts. So, here is the introduction. It sets the tone for the rest of the report. In this section, one can introduce the aims and objectives of the study, brief background history, definition of terms, description of research methods, data collection method, the methodology for problem solving, etc. So, in introduction, you have the aims and objectives of the study, brief background history, definition of terms. See here, the methods, that means the research method is also included in the introduction part. Data collection method is also included in the introduction part, and the methodology for problem solving, etc. Like this. So, in the sections of the project report, in the main body of the report, these three parts and among these three parts, the first part, introduction, you should write in that way following this. What I have done for you, I have selected only those sections which are significant for you, and I have mentioned by the points, by the either by points or by making certain symbol or giving certain symbols so that you can understand what you need to understand in this point. And in analysis point, this section of the report presents a logical sequence, facts, and evidence gathered, and how they were analyzed to arrive at the findings. Choice of method is significant here. One must include appropriate, clear, and well labeled what diagrams, graphs, charts, tables, etc. to present your analysis. So, here in this part of analysis, you have the liberty to choose your method, and that is very significant. Second, you must include or you may include clear and well labeled these factors like diagrams, graphs, charts, tables, etc. for your perfect analysis. So now the third section that comes with the conclusion. The conclusion is a concise version of the analysis. It should show the overall significance of the work, highlight the most significant findings and how they can be used in future, suggest or recommend any improvements that can be done, any suggestions to rectify problems faced during the project. The recommendations made should be specific, measurable, and achievable. Again, if you can notice here that these parts I have already selected here in that way so that you may not face any problem in understanding all these three parts. So here you have the idea of the sections of a project report, whereas then in the main body of the report, these three parts are included, and within these three parts, separately, I have given you these points. Now, again, moving on to the next part, that is the references and appendices. Books, articles, reports referred to while working on the project and when writing the report need to be mentioned in this section. So again, books, articles, reports you can mention in in this part of writing a report, project report, like the references and appendices. Now here appendix, what is it? Under this heading, all supportive documents that were too exhaustive to be included in the main report are included in this section. So what you feel that, yes, I should not include this here, but appendix is the place where you may include, or you have the liberty to include all those exhaustive materials that to be included in the main report that you have not included it, you may include in this part. One could include news items, pictures, questionnaires, etc. under this section. So what you have not done previously, you can do it here. So though report writing is time consuming and requires a special skill set, good planning, focus, and eye for detail can help a writer present an impressive report. So here you need to understand that report writing, although consumes a lot of effort and requires a special skill set, because if you do not know the process, you cannot write. Here, good planning, focus to your report writing, and eye for detailing. These factors are very significant for writing a report. So this is the part of references and appendices. Moving on to the next, the review questions. So these are the review questions of 2 marks, 5 marks, and 10 or 15 marks as questions. Here, these you can get in the source book. The source book that I'm going to give you, I'm going to show you the source book. But before that, if you have more questions to ask, you can create. But these are the questions that I've already set in the source book. So this is what I am talking about. This is the source book, that Introduction to the Undergraduate English, book one. You can have all the references. You can have the questions here again. And finally, thank you very much for watching this video till to the end. We will be meeting again together very shortly with the second part of this whole segment, the second part of this written communication. And till then, stay healthy, stay blessed. Goodbye.